So here we are at Valley Parade. It's fantastic to be back and my second interview after face to face. And today I'm delighted to be with the one and only Shane Hanson, who we'll introduce in a minute. But I just want to quickly mention Build and Timber, who actually no longer are able to sponsor me because Paul Build, who set that up, has now left the company. So I just want to basically thank Paul, thank everybody for the few years that we spent together. And like you say, it was more than just Goodwood. So thank you for your time and everything that you contributed towards Bantams SmallTalk. So obviously we're here with Shane Hanson. First of all, how are you doing, buddy? And are you feeling alright? What does it feel like to be here at Valley Parade for you?
Yeah, mate, it's nice. It's nice to be here in a different capacity. I think I came a few weeks ago to watch a game, and it's nice to be here in a different capacity. Last time I were on here, other than that game I watched, I was scoring goals on this pitch, so it's nice to be here in a different light.
Yep, so obviously thanks for agreeing to this interview, and we'll crack on with the first questions. So first of all, please please let us start by talking about your involvement with the soap Emmerdale.
Yeah.
What is your exact role and how long have you been doing it, Shane, please?
So I've been doing it about 3.5 years. My exact involvement with ITV is we run logistics around the building, so we do a lot of goods in, goods out, transport stuff for ITV, and we also we script print for Emmerdale, so that's cast scripts, call sheets, amendments, location scripts, stuff like that. So basically making sure cast have got the lines and they know what they're saying, and they know, crew know where they need to be at what time. So yeah, that's about as heavy as my involvement is.
And obviously, you obviously enjoy it.
I do, mate. Yeah, it's a brilliant job. It's probably the best job I've ever had. It's a job where I enjoy going to work every day, where everybody there is. It sounds really cliche, but everyone there is like one big family. It's a very nice place to work and a very good atmosphere. That's going to be my
next question, because obviously you obviously met the cast. What are they like in real person outside the characters?
Yeah, do you know what? There isn't one person there that isn't exactly what you see on the tin. You know, they're all such normal people and such nice people, very approachable, very kind. And yeah, like I say, mate, it's one big family. Everyone gets on so well, and again, it's probably the best place anyone could ever want to work.
That's absolutely brilliant, buddy. Have you ever had a cameo or background appearance yet?
Not in Emmerdale, no. I did a film a couple of years ago called Everybody's Talking About Jamie. I did an essay role in that, so I played a footballer. Unlucky for me, a lot of it was cut short, so we didn't get too much screen time. But yeah, going forward, hopefully I can dabble a little bit more. I do quite well from my modelling work. I get quite a lot of modelling work. So yeah, I'm hoping to get a few more bits in near future.
That's brilliant. First of all, who's your best friend at work?
My best friend at work, it's hard because I've got a few. Joe Warren-Plant, who plays Jacob, is a really good friend of mine. Jay Consell, who plays Billy, also James Houghton, who's Sam Dingle. You see James doing quite a lot in these parts and making appearances for different things. He's been around the football scene himself for a long time, so he's often turned out for multiple charity teams around these areas, and he's a local guy as well, so he's not too far from here, where he lives. So yeah, James is a good friend of mine. Jack Downham, who plays Noah, he's also a good friend of mine. Danny Miller's a good friend of mine. I've got quite a few. Si Lennon, there's quite a lot. It's hard to pick one. But yeah, a lot of the lads are lovely, and the female. There's a lot of good females there as well. There's a lot of nice ladies there.
Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. So although I don't watch Emmerdale myself too much, I've seen it because I'm actually an EastEnders fan.
Right.
I've always wanted to be on TV myself, and if I could, is there any chance, or I could perhaps come and watch Emmerdale being filmed, meet the cast, or even get a cameo appearance?
I think there's channels you can go through to potentially be able to help you with that. I would suggest contacting like the cast liaison or somebody in the show to be able to, just give your what you'd like to do to them, basically, And I'm sure something potentially could be set up. As it stands at the moment, you've got COVID restrictions and stuff like that. I mean, there's people not coming in and out of the building unless they actually work there. But I mean, there's village tours, there's studio tours, there's things like that. So yeah, with regards to being like extra on the show, I mean, I think that's all handled by our team that do that, our casting team. but it's normally done through an agency. So if you signed on to an agency, chances are that you could end up being an extra in certain things. But
well, that'd be good. That's good to know anyway. So we'll crack on. Moving on to your involvement with obviously supporting Charities football team. I understand you're the captain.
I am.
What's that mean to you, and how did you get such a privileged role?
It means a lot to me, to be honest. Playing for supporting Charities actually came about very accidentally. One of the cast members incidentally phoned me on a Saturday morning asking if I fancied a game in an afternoon. Yeah. And I'm not going to lie, I'd been out the night before, I'd had a few drinks, and I wasn't really looking forward to running around a football pitch. But I went with my friend Ash Parmascano, who plays Matty Barton in the show. I went with him, played one game, then I got roped into playing the week after, and it's just evolved from there. Chris Morley selected me as captain when Richard Hall, the current captain, sort of pulled out quite a lot through injury. Great captain, great man, really nice bloke, became a really good friend of mine. And I took the captaincy when he stopped playing. And yeah, since I've took the captaincy, I've brought in friends of mine, other cast members, friends of other shows. Lads who've played ex-semi-professional, ex-professional, and we've just seemed to have took off this last sort of 18 months. It's gone mental as the charity team. It's really took off. We all enjoy doing it. We all enjoy playing. But me personally, it's a massive privilege to be captain. Getting to lead my team out every week in brilliant stadiums across country, to lots of fans in different grounds, raising money for so many different charities, helping so many different causes. It means a lot to me. I wouldn't choose to be anywhere else. I mean, I've had opportunities this year to go back playing semi-professional with certain clubs, and I've turned it down because I wouldn't want to split my time with different teams to be able to stop me doing what I do now. Like this means so much more than earning a few extra quid on a weekend. Like so much more. Yeah,
I'm actually going to come on to that in a bit. So we'll move on to the next question. What's your most memorable goal for the team, and why?
I think I've scored a few. I think as it stands, I'm second top scorer for this club. I've been there coming up to 3 years. So I've scored a lot of goals for this side. A lot of goals. I think one of my most memorable ones was playing away in Bradford. And I'd actually injured my hamstring, and we didn't really have no changes left, and we didn't want to go down to 10 men, so I stayed on. And Chris shoved me up front and said, right, just stay up front and try and get us what you can. And I were already on 2 goals at this point, and I got played in by Dylan Graves. And about 30 yards out, my back to goal, and on volley I turned, and I've hit crossbar and post and gone in top corner to get me my hat-trick on an injured leg. So I played with one leg, and I scored pretty much a worldie. So yeah, I think that was one of my most memorable ones. Incidentally, I scored from the halfway line in that game as well. But I think that I'm going to have to pick that one purely because I was injured and it hit me my hat-trick. So yeah, I think I'll pick that one.
Well, that's absolutely brilliant. So we'll keep on going. In a brief but informative detail, or whatever's best for you, can you please explain to our viewers what Sporting Charities all about, and obviously who else is involved with it? Obviously Chris Morley.
So we've got Chris Morley as manager. We've got a very good committee under Chris Morley, Brian and Louise, Sally. They all have involvements in the background with committee matters, etc. Then we've got other people on the committee, myself and a few other players. Phil Brogan, who's well known around these parts. A few others, Ash Stevenson. We've got quite a few that are still heavily involved in running the club from the background. Then on the front foot, we've got a great squad. We've got a lot of ex-pros, a lot of ex-semi-pros, a lot of lads who've played at a decent, really good level. Celebrities from all sorts of different shows: Hollyoaks, Emmerdale, SAS, Who Dares Wins, EastEnders. We've got quite a few lads who've been on different shows who play for our team. But yeah, the involvement away from the running of the club and the team is, we go around the country every week, whether it's Portsmouth, Wales, London, we can be anywhere. We'll play wherever people need us now. Like I said, it can be absolutely anywhere across country, and I'm more than happy to go and travel and raise as much money as we can for as many different charities as possible. I think we've done about 80 grand for charities, which is good. On a personal note, the Emmerdale team has also raised 40, 50 grand as well, so we're well over 100 grand in the couple of teams that I've played for over the last 3 years, and it's nice to be able to give something back and see people benefiting from it, whether it's a child who needs a wheelchair or an adult who needs treatment or a cancer child. It could be anything, but it's really nice to know that you've actually made a difference to people's lives, or we've actually made a difference to people's lives, because we couldn't do this without the team that we've got behind us. Like I say, committee, management, players, and again, cliche, but it's one big family, and everyone gets on. We enjoy travelling away together, we enjoy playing together, we enjoy everything we do as a collective, and without him, he couldn't do that. And we all have our own part to play in that club, and we all represent it to best of our ability. There's no people in our team or no idiots in our team who are out there for exactly what it is, and that's to have fun, to enjoy yourself, and to raise as much money for charity as possible. It's a very, very good group to be around, a very good group.
Yeah, you're right, because obviously I've done quite a bit of charity work myself.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm not going to go into detail. Doing another raffle soon, which I'm going to announce next week.
Okay.
So obviously I know what it feels to make some money for charity.
Yeah.
So we'll move on again. So just let's bear with us. So how can people become a part of the club, and how do you manage to get a hold of these former professional players and famous people? How do you actually get hold of them?
I think a lot of us have got contacts within the game. I know I've got a lot of contacts in the game. Ex-professionals, like say, ex-semi-pro lads. A lot of it can be word of mouth. It can be myself or whoever might say to Chris, I've got bloody Dean Windass might play. I've got Scotty Kerr might play. We've got David Nottage might play. We've got numerous ex-pros who we all know on a personal level, who we've brought into the club. I know Chris is quite friendly with Marlon Harewood and a few other guys. So we've got a lot of contacts that way. The TV side of things, you've got myself and a lot of the actors off the show. We all know other guys who are interested in playing, so then we bring them in. So there is actually a way you can get involved without knowing anybody, but to a certain extent. You can contact Supporting Charities FC on social media. I think Chris has got Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. You can drop us a message, and if we're recruiting at that time for a high level striker who played good football, then you can contact the club that way. We have got a big squad. I think we've got 60 odd players, which makes it an absolute nightmare for Chris on match days to be able to select 18 players to go out there and play. Occasionally what we'll do is we'll have 2 games on a match day, and we'll do 2 60-minute matches to facilitate probably 26 players if we do have a big squad. But again, all that does is add to the excitement of the day for spectators, for footballers. If you've got 2 games going on at 60 minutes and you've got, I don't know, 18, 20 lads off at telly all playing, you're going to get a big crowd and you're going to get people to want to come and watch. So it's well worth doing it how we do it.
Hopefully one day I'll be able to come and see you.
Absolutely, mate. We're in Bradford next week.
A lot, so we'll go on to the next people. So obviously your heart is set within the team.
It is.
What's your most heartfelt moment? And was it ever your dream to actually become a pro? Obviously you told me it was, but...
Yeah, of course, yeah, mate. Definitely my dream as a young lad, I were at the club, I were at Leeds when I was a kid. I was a junior at Leeds, a scholar, and I played at Farsley Celtic when I was younger. So I've been around, played at West Yorkshire League, I've been around at a good level. So it was definitely my dream, and my heart is set, on our club, massively. I think you can see how much supporting charities means to me. It definitely means a lot to me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. So we're getting there through now. So let's take, for instance, you had become a pro. For which team? Let's say, for instance, you had become a pro. What team would you have adored to play for, and why? My team would have, of course, been the mighty Bantams of Bradford City. Obviously I play for the disabled team, which is so close, but if I could rewind my life and play on that pitch for this team, I'd do it. And so who would your team be? Yeah,
you see, my team would obviously be Leeds United. Being a big Leeds United fan, my team would be Leeds. I'm lucky enough, like I say, to have played for the club as a junior. I'm lucky enough to have played on Ellen Road. So it would have been Leeds United. I'm not going to lie, I do have a soft spot for Liverpool. I've got a lot of friends, family over in Liverpool. They had me, when I was younger, my brother decided to support Liverpool just to annoy me a little bit. But instead of it annoying me, it galvanised me a little bit towards the club. I kind of got found myself watching them every week, and it gave me a bit of an affiliation towards them. So yeah, I've got a lot of friends who are Liverpool fans too. So it would be Leeds United, but it would definitely sort of followed distant second by Liverpool.
Yep, that's brilliant. So we'll crack on with the next one. So what we're going to have now is, have you ever watched Soccer AM?
I have.
So we're going to sort of try and look at the camera a bit more for this
Yeah.
one. And we're going to have our teammates round, if that's all right with you.
It's fine, mate. Yeah.
So first of all, this is here we'll go with a good teammates round. So first of all, the joker in the team.
Well, I think everyone else would say me, but I'm not going to say me. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to say Tom Harrison.
Tom Hanson, okay,
Yeah.
then we'll go for the most skillful. if you want.
Most skillful, Phil Brogan, by a country mile.
Country mile, okay. We'll go the worst dress sense.
The worst dress sense, Jay Hobson, you lose.
The know-it-all.
The know-it-all, not in a bad way, but in a good way. Dave Nottage, because he absolutely knows everything. He's such an intelligent bloke.
That's brilliant. So we'll go on to the longest to do his hair, or perhaps the longest in the shower.
Well, longest in the shower is definitely me. I stay in the shower the longest. The longest to do the hair, Ash Stevenson. Ash Stevenson's quite a groomed, pretty boy.
Yeah, I've got him on Facebook. So I'm going to say the worst taste in music.
Worst taste in music? I think we all have a very similar taste in music. We all listen to the same stuff. Yeah, I can't really pick anyone for that because I think we all listen to the same stuff.
Yep, and what do you listen to?
What do I listen to? I listen to a lot of old school garage. I'll listen to a lot of new UK rap music. I'm not into American stuff, I'm into more of a UK grime scene. So yeah, I'll listen to Bugsy Malone, I'll listen to AJ Tracy, Dave, people like that. So yeah, I think we all have a similar music taste. That's normally what's on in our changing rooms, or some really dirty bassline hard stuff. Yeah, and that'll be Tom Harrison that picks that 100%.
Okay, so we're going to go for the crazy one.
The crazy one.
Crazy one.
Nick Hahn by an absolute long shot. I mean, the guy's as mad as a box of frogs, so he's definitely got to take that one.
Yep. The least skillful, if you can dare go for it.
The least skillful. I'm going to say Admir Zenkovic, Addy, boss Ad. Great player, plays in centre midfield with me. He's not full of skills, he's just very basic. He'll do the simple things, but he'll do it well.
And again, you've mentioned it before, but name some of your best friends at the club.
Some of my best friends at the club, yeah. Again, it's hard with me being captain because I'm literally close friends with everybody. Alex and Dylan Graves, I'm really close to. Phil Brogan, Ash Stevenson, Mark Wilson, Chris Moore, Tom Harrison. They're all really close friends to me. Adi Zenkovic, but Chris Morley as well. I mean,
I'm sitting for ages. Got me up and have a pint, Chris, and you're paying, by the way.
Yeah, oh, no, he'll pay.
You can come as well.
Yeah, I'll come, mate. He'll
Make
pay.
sure you get the big, most expensive things.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, do you know, me and Chris, we socialise together a lot, and I've had a pretty tough time myself recently, and Chris has been there for me every step of the way. So yeah, he's been a close friend.
We'll more. Who's the tough nut? Is it yourself? Because you look pretty.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not going to pick myself. Alex Graves is absolute nutcase on a pitch. Like, he's 100 mile an hour, very, very hard player to play against. I would hate to play against him as a striker because he'll crunch you. Jay Hobson again is another one. Very, very hard in a tackle. Tom Harrison again, another one, another absolute machine at the back. So I'm going to pick a defender. I'm going to pick one of them three as a defender because they're so hard to play against. You know, we've got another player called Bradley. He's a tough nut as well at the back. So it's going to be a defender, mate, because they're a rare breed these days. A lot of defenders play pretty football, where these guys are just, you know what, bang, give it to us and let's play. So I'm going to pick a defender.
Yeah, and we'll go from what? The best dancer.
The best dancer. Oh, I've said his name loads. Tom Harrison. Tom Harrison's going to have to take the best dancer. I mean, not just at the football club, but he's probably one of the best dancers I've ever been out with drinking. Phil Brogan can dance too. I absolutely cannot dance, so it's definitely not me.
Yep. Who's the DJ in the changing room as well? We'll go for that.
Yeah, so DJ in changing rooms, it would be DJ Titch, a resident DJ that we've got playing for our club. He's the DJ. if we were putting a speaker in there ready to play some music, Tom Harrison would usually be in charge of it. Wakas Khan's probably providing the speaker, and Tom is probably in charge of what music goes on the system.
Yep, we've got a couple more actually. The teacher's pet or
I think Ash Stevenson's quite close to Chris. He's been there since the club started, in a good way. You know, he's been there since day one, as lad. And Nick Hahn as well, he's been there since day one. So I would say they're probably teachers' pets because they're closest to Chris from a football perspective, like I say, in the best possible way.
Yep, and I will go the most and least intelligent.
Right, well, most intelligent, like I would say, is probably Dave Nottage. Again, I went on it earlier. The guy knows a lot. He's got a very good knowledge of everything. And if I ever wanted to know something that I didn't know, Dave would probably be the person I go to. Which is funny because we used to do during COVID, we did a supporting charities quiz on a Wednesday night, and everyone joined in. And I think, you know, there were a few winners over a few weeks. I won a couple, but Dave Nottage seemed to be the most intelligent. He won more than he lost. And least intelligent is very hard, but I would probably go for Jay Hobson again. Just because he's absolutely daft as a brush, and sometimes he's not on this world, he just walks around in his own planet. But
a few people say that about me.
Can I choose you?
Yeah, if you want. Anyway, and last but not least,
yeah.
Is there anyone that you would like to put a shout out for? Or have you got any upcoming events? This is your time to perhaps thank anyone you need to.
Yeah.
Announce any events that you're going to come up.
Yeah, so I would like to thank everybody at my club for what we do for charity. I would like to thank everybody at my club for what they've done for me on a personal note. I've had a tough few months. Everyone's been there for me. A lot of lads have been there for me, you know, at the end of the phone every day, checking up on me all the time, and it's really nice, and I'm really grateful that I've got the support around me, which just puts my heart in the club so much more. We've got a lot coming up football wise. We've got quite a few events. We've got a couple of events this weekend, a lot of games coming up. I think we're off to London to play Marlon Harewood's team next year, AC13, which is a team of ex-pros, Anton Ferdinand, a few others, Joe Cole, and likes of them type of players. They're not the players you get to play against every day, so that's coming up next year. I would like to wish Danny Miller well on I'm a Celebrity that started last night. So
I just watched a bit of that.
I put my money where my mouth is, and I've actually backed him at the bookies. So he's one of the most funniest guys I've ever met, and you know, he'll get along with everybody, and I'm sure that he's absolutely going to smash this show, and I'm 100% sure that he's going to take it home. So I reckon he's going to win. So yeah, shout out to Danny as well, and a shout out to Emmerdale, you know, and ITV for giving me an opportunity 3.5 years ago. And as I said at the start of this interview, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. So in a work sense. So yeah, shout out to them as well. And you, mate, for having me on this show. It's been been a pleasure to come on and
so just
talk
throw
about
one
stuff.
more at you. Obviously, what does this, with myself, obviously playing for the disability team, which I would like to mention. What does disability football mean to you, the person? What's it like you to see like people being able to play for the official set for the club?
Do you know what? It means a lot, because credit where it's due at clubs. I mean, it's things that they don't have to do, that they do to give people with, you know, unable bodies or that are unable to fulfil their dream of playing for the club, you know, at a professional level or anything like that. It's credit to the clubs for being able to give people that kind of opportunity. No one should be discriminated against for disability, for skin colour, for anything. There's no room for it in football. There's no room for it. There's certainly no room for it at events that I'm at. And yeah, it means a lot, mate. It means a lot. I like to see people doing things. It's strange you should ask that. Yesterday I went to Bolton Wanderers Football Club. My daughter had a cheerleading competition, and I went to watch her, and there was a disability cheerleading team. People with missing limbs, or, you know, people that had, you know, brain injuries and all sorts of things. And to see them performing in front of such a big crowd, and to see the crowd so passionate and so loving and warm towards them, it meant a lot to me, mate. It really did. And I had a tear in my eye watching that yesterday, because, you know, them guys got so much of a buzz off our reaction, that it's a once in a lifetime opportunity for them. So it's nice to see them get that opportunity to fulfil their dreams. So yeah, it means a lot, mate. It really does.
That's brilliant. So basically, I want to thank you for your time, and if there's anything I can do to help promote your events, just let me know.
Thank you.
I'll put it on this Bantams SmallTalk show.
Thank you for having me on, mate.
Cheers,
really appreciate
Have
it.
a good one.
Yeah, you too.